Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Black Cat 2, The Assassination of Boris Yeltsin, a Hong Kong action movie from 1992 that is a sequel to Black Cat, a movie I reviewed a few years ago. Volatile and violent assassin Catherine is back, and this time she's been upgraded. Black Cat 2 reunites director Stephen Shin with leading lady Jade Leung in the sequel to the 1991 smash hit. Catherine has now undergone even more experiments to help refine her ferocious outbursts, while still trying to retain a little bit of humanity which survives within her. But her next assignment is to take on Russian terrorists who are trying to take out Boris Yeltsin, the Russian president, pushing her skills to the max. She's assisted by an everyday cop, played by Robin Shou, of Mortal Kombat fame. So the beginning moments of Black Cat 2 are rather intense, actually. Like the surgery scene where Jade is showing side effects after receiving some programming updates to her brain software, or something like that. She could have died during the procedure, but Americans are funding the experiment, and over here in the West, we just don't care about morality. So luckily she survives and teams up with Robin Shou, who is reluctant over this partnership and does not want to team up with her at first. Her character in this film seems less human compared to the prior installment. She's more like a RoboCop style of protagonist who malfunctions sometimes. But she does become more human again later on in the film. But regardless, Black Cat 2 is not a movie that you watch for the script writing. It could get pretty dumb at times, and that is an understatement. Like the concept of radioactive substances inside the bad guys who are like altered themselves, and that can be detected by cyborgs at long range. Whatever. You just gotta roll with it with a film like this. Now, some scenes are unintentionally hilarious, like when our protagonist accidentally shoots an innocent civilian in front of a clown performer. Some of the clothing and outfits for the supporting characters look very tacky, and the superhuman jumping is absolutely ridiculous, like the scene where the blonde-haired bad guy flies through a woodland area like a wuxia movie, and that does happen. There's a lot of cheese in how Black Cat 2 is executed, but that's part of the charm for brainless action movies like this. It keeps things fun. Now, this is a kind of completely ridiculous movie that does entertain, though. It does. There's a lot of action in this, some of which is actually pretty good. You know, early on, there's a very entertaining shootout involving the bad guys who implement an assassination attempt on a Russian man who the cops are protecting at a safe house, like deep in the snowy wilderness. And the shootout transitions to like a skiing chase. So there are some legitimately good stunts and a few stuntman falls to enjoy. That's like a legit good scene. We get a few short sparring matches between Jade and Robin, then a shootout between the villains who bust through a military barricade. Lots of firepower in the latter scene. And by this point, you should know that this is going to be brainless nonsense when you're watching the film. Jade attacks a caravan of American cops who are protecting a Middle Eastern prince. Pretty good scene with a few surprises. And the fight inside the steel plant is probably the second big highlight of the movie alongside that skiing sequence near the beginning. Some pretty hard-hitting strikes in that one. And then the finale incorporates a rooftop chase and then morphs into a cyborg fight to the death. So the action in this does satisfy, and there's a lot of it. All right, that's good stuff. Now, as an added bonus, some of the film was actually shot in Moscow, Russia, so you got to give them credit for that. And the actor they got to play Boris Yeltsin looks exactly like he does in real life. Like, I was kind of amazed. I'm not sure where they found this dude. He probably does tons of Boris Yeltsin impersonations, in his hometown or something. But it's really, they nail it with the impersonation. So for fans of cheesy action movies, Black Cat 2, The Assassination of Boris Yeltsin, is probably even more entertaining than the original film, even though it's dumber. At least that's my opinion. And that's probably because the pacing is very fast, and there's always something entertaining happening for a certain kind of viewer. It's currently available on a Region B Blu-ray from 88 Films. And as always, folks, I'll see you next time.